You also, sir, saw what happened to NRC, when it was carried out in Assam. We thought that, that the stated purpose would be achieved. And what happened was that, Mr. Hajela was once hailed as a hero, is now an ignominy. And the result didn't came out quite as it was expected by certain vested interests, sir.
When you have NRC, you are certainly going to find out people who came to the state or to this country at certain period of time, and whether that person fulfills to be called a citizen or not. But subsequent to NRC, another bill was passed, that is Citizens Amendment Bill, CAA, as an act, and by which the CAA says that those who are persecuted, the minority communities who are persecuted in the neighboring countries, and particular on the basis of religion, for instance, Sikh, Hindu, and similar such communities, will be given citizenship, even if they come late, because in those neighboring countries, they are not necessarily quote-unquote secular, but they may be Islamic country, for instance, and the kind of atrocities that the minority religious community faces, so they are given, citizenship in Indian side. So that was a major issue in Assam, because lots of Bengali Hindus also came. So the initial concerns of the Assamese was against the Bangladeshi, whether they are Hindus or Muslim. But CAA allowed the Hindu Bangladeshis to get settled in Assam. So that is the whole crux of the confusion and the difficulties accepting and not accepting these two acts together. Now, in case of India too, we may have to see what kind of minority communities are these. Are they strong ethnic communities in those Myanmar side, or they are really prosecuted or not? And if they are prosecuted and if they are evacuating themselves from Myanmar, do they come with guns or otherwise? So this needs to be studied, right? I hope I'm making sense to you.
No, absolutely. You're definitely making sense to us. I would like to go back to King Gangte. Please do respond to your concerns about what he was saying, ma'am.
Yes. Number one, a claim that there was peace for 2-3 weeks, and it became escalated when the Union Home Minister was to arrive. I think this I refuted, because since 3rd May, there is not a day when there was no burning or no killing till today. Number two, if somebody claims that people enter into the country with guns and ammunitions, do we blame the central government and the state government of not guarding the borders of this great country? I think this should not be used as an excuse to harass and kill innocent people of all communities. And coming to these two groups, appealing the Kuki militants not to shoot down from the hills, I think I have just few words without mincing any word, and that is, if today you call somebody a murderer and tomorrow a saint, I don't think you are enough honest about your statement and your words. The two groups which are on talks with central government and state government, it is very shameful, and I would be very frank to say that the two groups were used during election by the CM of Manipur, and then to capture votes. I have experienced this and I know it. I saw with my own eyes and I heard with my own ears. So if the Sioux groups were used for election and today they are being called terrorists, I think there is a motive, a big hidden agenda, and the motive is not the right motive. Now, if the Sioux groups could be used during election and today called terrorists, what is the stand of the government? What is the real stand, honest stand of the central government and the state government? At the same time, let me tell you today, all the representatives, Kuki MLAs or representatives have got elected, all of them, on BJP ticket. This is a proof of how the Sioux groups have been used during election. Because if any party put up a candidate, they would be harassed, their vehicles would be smashed, and people or the chiefs of villages who support the other candidate would be beaten up many times. So I really want to know what the standpoint or what
Yes,
the
ma'am.
real stand of the state government.
Yes, ma'am.